baddies, Paula Christine here, and today's video is going to be a story time about the guy in the trench coat. Now this is my duppy, Jamaicans call it duppy, duppy scary story time. It is my first encounter with anything that wasn't of our realm, okay? So before we get into the video, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. This channel is called Spiritual Baddie, and I figured why not tell something, you know, a little weird. I've talked about weirdness with times. I've talked about writing and scripting and law of attraction and energies, but now we're gonna talk about something different, like paranormal stuff. So I believe in this completely, and let's get into it, okay? Go ahead and subscribe. Now, but growing up, ever since I was very young, I've been extremely scared of the dark, and my siblings, they used to pick on me all the time, especially my sister Lisa and my older brother Philip. They used to get on me all the time because I was so scared of the dark, but for a long time nobody knew why. So the reason why I was so scared of the dark was because when I was younger I experienced a duppy, a ghost, something that I knew from even a young age, that it wasn't good. Like, it was, I'm not gonna say all spirits are bad, but I will say that the spirit that I first ever seen was not nice. Like, I knew it wasn't nice. I was probably 4. I had to be like 4. I remember, like, I remember these things, and that's what makes me know that it really happened, is because I can give you details of the room that I was in and what happened, and I was so young, so it traumatized me to the fact that I can remember those things. And you would think like, oh, she's too young to even remember that, she's probably just losing her mind. But no, I shouldn't remember the exact room that I was in, and I only remember being in that room for that one time. Like, I remember it. So, and my mother's side, we was in Brooklyn. We was in Brooklyn, and we was at my mom's mom's house, so my grandma's house. And I remember just being in a room, and it's me and my siblings laying on the bed, and let's just say this is the bed, I'm on the bed, this is my left side. So to the left side of me, there's a door that leads down to a basement. I don't know why that bedroom had a basement. And then on the right side was another door that led out into the rest of the house. I don't remember how the rest of the house looked. It's not relevant to this story. I just know that there are 2 doors, and I know that people are going downstairs. So me and my siblings are supposed to be asleep. You know how, like, they have parties or gatherings and they always have the kids in the room sleeping? Like, that's what we were supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be in the room sleeping. So it's me and my siblings on the bed that I remember sleeping, and adults were going down into the basement. I don't know if they were having a gathering, a party, or just hanging out in the basement, but that was the situation. So I'm laying on the bed, and I was supposed to be sleeping. This is my first time even remembering having an encounter with the spirit, but I remember laying down in the bed, and people were going in and out the room. So I'm curious, and I remember, like, looking up, and when I looked up, I seen a guy, like, I seen a figure of a guy. But the thing about him, he was wearing a brown trench coat. He was wearing a brown trench coat for sure. He had a top hat on, like old top hat. And his face was black. Like, his whole face was black. I could see his eyes, but they looked mean, but I couldn't see nothing else. Like, his face was just black, and he had a trench coat on and a top hat. And at first I seen him, and I got scared, and I looked down, and then I looked back at him again, and he was closer to the bed. So he was like, first he was in the corner, and then when I looked again, he was like at the end of the bed. And this time I'm looking at him like I'm really looking at him. So I'm looking at him, and I just remember, like, he started screaming and shaking the bed. So he's shaking the bed, and I can't scream. Like, I'm trying to scream, but I can't. And he's just shaking it. He's like yelling. I knew he was mean and I knew he was bad because he was yelling at me. I can't tell you what he said. I just know, like, I seen his mouth moving. I knew he was mad, and he's shaking the bed and looking at me. And I remember just closing my eyes and, like, not opening them, like, just not opening them. And then I opened them and he was gone. But that was the guy in the trench coat. Then I think my aunt came in the bed, and I felt more comfortable because she was in the bed. But I had never told anybody that this man was in the room shaking the bed. I never told anybody this. So as I grew up, as I'm growing up, I'm terrified of the dark. I'm terrified to the point, and I feel like my mind, like our minds are so powerful. I would be so scared at night. This is from elementary school to middle school, like even some of high school. I would be so scared because I can remember, like, when I moved to Florida, me and my sister shared a room, and we had two twin beds in our room. And my sister was like not afraid of the dark at all. Like, she can just sleep in pitch dark, and I would be terrified. We would have to have a night light. We used to have one of those presser lights, like the little circle lights that you press and it stays on. And I would just be so scared every single night because I knew, like, I just knew this man in the trench coat was gonna come back for me. Like, I was always so terrified. I know that sounds crazy, but I was like, this man in the trench coat, he's gonna come back for me. He's gonna come back for me. So I remember just like being little and just like feeling like he was gonna come back for me. And my sister, she didn't care about me. Like, she would have let me die. Like, I didn't have no faith in sis. I felt like she just couldn't stand me in her room. She didn't want me in her room. So like, she didn't care. I remember one night the night light was going out. And I was so scared. I used to watch it, like, I literally watched it flicker out. Like, it was just flickering, and then it went out, and I was so scared. I was like, no, he's coming. My sister didn't give a damn. She would have let the man take me. She would have let the trench coat man take me happily. She was so sick of my shit. She didn't care. She didn't care if I was scared. She was just tired of me crying every night, but she didn't know why. And my mind was so powerful. Like, I would see him in the corner. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I would create like this image in the corner of this man just standing there staring at me. And I would turn the lights on and nobody's there, of course. And she'd be like, why are you turning on the lights? Or I would go and I would leave my room because I knew she didn't care. She didn't care if I died. She would have let me die. So I would go to my brother's room. Like, I have two brothers, Philip and Wayne. So I would just like walk down the hallway. Not walk, I would run down the hallway. I would run down the hallway, and I was really careful not to be too loud. I would be whispering because I knew if I woke up my dad or my mom, like my mom, she wouldn't bother me, but my dad would have bust my ass. Like, I knew that if I would have like woken them up, I would have got in trouble. So I would stand in front of Philip's, like I would stand by Philip's bed. Like, I would stand by my brother's bed, and I would just stand there, and I'd be like, Philip, can I sleep with you? He'd be like, no. Philip, can I sleep with you? No. Philip, can I please sleep with you? No. And my brother would let me stand there for like an hour, bro. He would let me stand there in the dark, standing over him. Can I sleep with you, please? Can I sleep with you? He'll say no. And then eventually he'll be like, get in my bed. Oh my gosh. He'll let me get in the bed. And like, I used to love when he would let me get in the bed. Oh my gosh. Like, I would love it. Or like, if he was really giving me no, I love my little brother, okay? My little brother is my heart. I feel like he won't say it and he won't admit it to me, but I feel like he was scared of the dark too. So it didn't take me too much to ask him. Like, if I went to his bed, I would be like, can I sleep in your bed, Wayne? He'd be like, oh, okay, come on, get in the bed. But I felt like he low-key was like, yeah, nigga, I was scared too. Like, that's why I'm laying you in my bed. But I never wanted to go in Wayne's bed a lot because I just felt like I was older than him. So if I'm in the bed with my younger sibling, I gotta protect you. I'm trying to be in the bed with Phil. Like, so Phil could fight them. You know, if the trench coat man came back, Philip was gonna fight him for me. Like, I just knew it. So that is my childhood. If you ask my siblings, they found out recently about the guy in the trench coat. You know, they believed me, but They always joke on me, always, Paula's scared of the dark. She used to stand over my bed. She used to cry in the middle of the night. It's because of the man in the trench coat. And the reason I'm telling you guys this story is because I actually researched like this trench coat guy with the top hat. And when I looked it up online, a lot of people talked about this man in the trench coat with the top hat.
Just felt like there was somebody kind of around.
Y me estaba observando, era un tipo como un señor, digamos, ¿no?
All around the world, people are experiencing the same terrifying vision in their sleep.
It was just a black silhouette, completely black. I couldn't make out any features.
I never saw a face or eyes, but just this dark kind of outline of a man.
戴着类似蓑衣那样黑色尖子帽，但是看不见脸。
A tall man with some type of a brimmed hat.
There was three of them for me, and the one in the middle was always the guy in the middle who had a hat on. It was obviously the boss.
У них лидер мужчина в шляпе цилиндре. Они меня пугали, утаскивали душу на ночь.
Tenía un pánico, digamos, pero no me podía mover.
When your heart is beating, so fast you think you're gonna die.
He is dark, he is featureless, he wears a hat. And when people see him, they feel paralyzed, unable to speak, a crushing sense of breathlessness, like something evil is pressing on their chests. And when they're finally able to move, he's gone.
So I was not crazy. Like, I don't know who he is. I told my mother about it, and my mom kept telling me, like, if I seen a man, my mom has ghost stories for days. So that me telling my mom as an adult, like, about this guy, she believed me off rip. But I told my mother, and my mother was like, she thinks it was her grandfather in the house, and she said he was a very mean guy. So she thinks it was him who came to visit me. But I don't know. If you guys ever experienced a ghost, the man in the trench coat with the top hat and the all black face, let me know. I'm an adult now. I'm still, kind of scared of the dark. The only time, like, I have to have some form of light. Like, I have to have some form of light, whether I leave the TV on, it's muted, or like the lights from the outside coming through my window, or if I'm like laying beside somebody, like I have to have somebody near me or the lights on, because I'm a big ass scaredy cat. Like, I do not want to see that man ever in my life again. So yeah, that is my story about the guy with the trench coat. Don't laugh at me, don't make fun of me for being a scaredy cat, but he's real. And if you have any ghost stories, don't be afraid to tell me about them. Drop them in the comments below. Once again, if you want to hear more stories like this, I have a lot of stories. My grandmother's house growing up, I feel like wherever my mom's mom goes is a ghost. I wish I couldn't say that's not true, but wherever she goes, there's a duppy. So if you want to hear any duppy ghost stories, don't be afraid to hit me up and let me know, and I'll do another one. But thanks you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Once again, my name is Paula Christine. Peace out, baddies. Bye. Let me know what you think about the Hat Man. Was I losing my mind? Was it just sleep paralysis? Or are hundreds and thousands of people experiencing the same person seeing the real Hat Man? Let me know if you have your own Hat Man stories. You can always drop them in the comments below and just let me know what you think. Have a wonderful day, baddies. Peace out.